Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XV, and we are here ready to start Chapter 7, Party of 3. To repair King Regis' old ship, Noctis and company require that rarest of ores, Mithril. With only a vague clue to guide them, they head for Empire-held ruins situated in the north of Clane. So, as you can tell, you should be able to tell from the line of the story there, this is when Gladiolus leaves us. This is when episode Gladiolus occurs concurrently, so at the same time as the current story, as Noctis and the others go to the Vesper Pool, which is an area that we don't know if we could have gone. We probably could have explored already. But it makes very little sense for us to do so. So we get a little scene there with Luna, and here we have it. Several days later.
The waterfall cave was right around here.
That means the lake should be somewhere north of here.
Be wary, though. Where we go, the Empire seems to follow.
So as we see, we got to head to Steyliff Grove.
Wait, what happened to under Imperial lockdown?
They all but turned the key and left the gates open for us, as if awaiting our arrival.
And if anyone's waiting for us, I bet it's that guy.
Chancellor Izunia.
Can't complain, as long as he lets us in.
Who's to say he'll let us out? Not to mention we're a man down. Would that the Marshal were with us.
Oh yeah. Whatever happened to that guy?
As I understand it, he's put his tomb raiding on hold to help the hunters take care of some troublesome beasts.
No rest for the immortal.
So, just to show where we are currently here in the north of Clane, as you can see, and we are blocked out from everywhere else. So there's nowhere that we can go. We are locked into this tiny little area at the top, for which there are two major dungeons. The first one is the story dungeon, which is over here, Steyliff Grove, and the second one is the Merlewood, which is over here, which is similar level to Malmalin Thicket, if slightly higher, I think, and is a challenge that I think will wait for when we have Gladio back with us. So we have the beautiful Vesper Pool awaiting us.
No way through.
We must be doubly cautious.
Right, no Gladio, no room for error.
Okay then.
None the worse.
None the worse for wear, as it completely
Magitech engine.
gets destroyed there. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be a few more battles around here. And these guys are a fair bit high level. This is definitely not an expected battle.
How we holding up?
Getting by.
Okay, so we got a little interruption there. Certainly not scripted that. But anyway, so here at the Vesperfall there are a few useful things that certainly for us to find. And one of them is a little treasure around here. Did I just go straight through that rock? Yep. No detection. No hit detection there for some reason. So somewhere around here we can find ourselves a Cactuar needle. And the reason we would want to do that is because Cactuar needles are one of the various items that we need
Think
in
Gladio
order...
will be back anytime soon?
It would help if we knew what he was up to.
So one of the various items that we need in order to have Sid make us some better weapons. There's a treasure spot just there, which is a good sign. There are a couple of treasure spots around here. This one is a Cactuar needle. There we go. That's what I was going for. There are also some weapons around here. So you we could actually call a chocobo over.
Let's go.
With our lightened crew. Is there anything on this side? I feel like there might be. So yeah, we're just exploring for the moment. It doesn't look like there's anything here, so that's okay. Now, the other thing I know that there is actually one of the lone recipes that's sort of just sitting out in the wild. I think it's under the bridge ahead. So we'll just make our way over there.
Gladio's up to right now?
Meeting girls, probably.
Son of a bitch!
Robdo, not happy with that thought.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Ooh, we get a shattered timepiece. So I think it's around here somewhere. What we're looking for. I just need to... We just need to have a look around. I believe it's one of these small magazines, so it might actually be just a little harder for us to spot. So, okay, so that path just straight goes there. We've got the very large bridge along that way. Certainly as we head more this way, it seems like we're moving away from where the that it? Is that a road bridge as well on this? Yes, it is. I thought we did check under here, but I might well be wrong. Ah, there it is.
Thanks for the ride.
You can see the magazine just under here.
Thanks, buddy.
There we go. So we get the brilliant banquet, which gives us hearty cutlet on rice. And then yeah, I think we might as well embrace the chocobo and make our way to the lakeside. So here in the Vesper Pool, obviously it being a large lake, there's going to be a bunch of fishing spots. As we've mentioned, we have the Merlewood located up to the up this way, so towards the northwest of the lake. And I believe we also have some quests in this area. The ever Valorous Regalia. No Pain, No Gem. Now that one looks like it is within the Merlewood. We've got do we have any hunts? I don't think we've got any hunts around here, I wouldn't imagine. Got a few to hand in, certainly. But yeah, so we had that one. If we look at the map, there's no one else around here, so, but should at least be able to help City. Maybe we'll enter the Merlewood to grab what we need for Dino.
We'll meet again.
Just because he is in such an annoying location in Golden, where we have to sort of continually go back and forth. Okay, so we've got Cockatrice, Chickatrice, and a Basilisk as well.
Ready for this? Toka killed Junior.
So this being a Basilisk, I imagine that there's definitely risk of stone.
Can't stop now.
What can I say?
Although the same thing with the Cockatrice as well, I think.
Never fear, Prompto's here. Yeah.
Pronto, you're up.
Oh, hi there, opening.
Nice one, Pronto.
Watch out!
Lovely. Okay.
Is it evening already?
Time flies when you're having fun.
But more importantly, the time is certainly
Oh, yeah.
zipping by.
This has got to be it.
Well, let's head back and have Cindy get to work.
So I'm not sure if
Isn't
it's...
Cindy the best. I mean, she searches high and low for all these rare parts for us to use.
Very gracious of her.
And she must really like us.
Less us and more the Regalia.
So yeah, like I said, I think we'll just pop into the
Easy
Merlewood
now.
more than anything to pick up Dino's stone. And then we'll come back here when we've got a full party. If anything, just to have the full experience with, with Gladio also for this dungeon. Like, we probably could definitely complete it, but I like doing all the dungeons at least all the dungeons that aren't pure story with a full party. Okay, so sort of some little sort of vacant areas around, and then over here we should have our entrance.
Huh. This sure looks like it leads somewhere. You think there's something in there?
I'd say it's all but guaranteed.
Thanks for the ride.
So we'll just bring up Dino's.
Ah,
Let's take a look around.
wow. This place is a jungle.
Abundant in not only flora, but fauna as well.
So let's just see, what level do they put that as? Level 36. I think that
Really
was a
think
bit
we'll
higher.
find anything of value in these old backwoods?
Nothing present.
Okay, lovely.
And on we go.
Right.
So the issue I have is that Dino's quest is not like zooming in anywhere at the moment.
We're outnumbered. I propose we take them out one by one.
Gotcha!
Suppose a way to finish this faster. I'll back you up. No. I'm counting on it.
Ah, but there we go. It looks like it's bang over here. At least around this area. Okay, so we've got some more Mushussu, some
Ignis!
If I may.
Oh yeah!
okay, not too bad there. So it looks like it's certainly around this area that we need to be looking for Dino.
Last thing I need now.
Eyes peeled, mouth closed. Hey!
Damn it.
How are we?
Getting by.
Care to hear my plan?
Give me
What's
this
that?
vision.
Brilliance cannot be summarized.
Nothing personal. Locked up.
Lovely. Ignis's death blow seems to be very, very effective on a lot of these smaller mobs at the moment. So pick up an Oracle Ascension coin.
Can't say we're out of the woods just yet.
With all these monsters, there's danger at every turn.
Take care we don't lose our way.
Indeed. Also, the fact it's turning to night might mean that we're going to get a monster switch and the demons are going to start coming out. So we get a Megaphone. Do. Okay, so can't see anything up that way. So as usual, it's trying to find the damn thing. That's always the hard bit. Still, Dino's rocks usually have a pretty distinctive colour and design to them. So we'll see. That looks more like it. Yeah.
A job well done.
Excellent.
Now for the delivery.
Okay, yeah, like I say, I don't see any reason for... I mean, we could, but I don't particularly want to continue into the Merlewood any further. So we can depart swiftly, rejoin our chocobo, and...
Let's go.
Well, thinking about what we could do now, we could probably hit up some good fishing spots. There are numerous fishing spots around here. As one of the most accessible bodies of water in the game, by which I mean, obviously there are large expanses of water, but you often can't reach them for whatever reason.
Watch out!
What are they? Oh, just more.
Get back!
Now's our chance. That's that.
Lovely.
That's it.
What's what?
I've come up with a new recipe.
Can't wait to try it.
Okay. For getting the basilisk breast ingredient there, we get a new recipe. And we might get a new one for getting some Vesprooms, I'm not sure.
That's
There
it.
we go.
I've come up with a new recipe.
Can't wait to try it.
So naturally, Vesprooms being the mushrooms that grow around the Vesper pool, and that I think completes our collection of the three sort of local mushroom varieties, the Ulstrom, the Vespbroom, and the Malmushroom. So naturally, we are limited in
Easy now.
where we can go from here. I don't think we'll be able to... Maybe you can swim across the entire lake. I did not think that that would be the case. Indeed, there is kind of no point, I imagine. I guess you just can for the fun of it, which is quite nice. But as you can see, sort of on the map, the Vesper pool is surrounded by pretty...
Starting to get the hang of it.
The hang of what?
You know, looking after yourself. Being one of the common folk.
Well, in a lot of ways, it's easier than being royalty.
You can see that it's sort of surrounded on all sides by these rocky crags that we can't climb up. So instead, what we will do is return to our sort of meander. Return to our travel, our not quite circumnavigation, so it won't go all the way around, but we'll continue to make our way around the lake. We should run into, as I say, a fishing spot or two along the way. There we go, that's the first one.
Thanks for the ride.
We'll meet again. This will make a fine paint.
I think once we've made most of the way around, we'll probably For whatever reason, I like bringing the Regalia. There may well be a just some dialogue associated with that, so I think I might bring the Regalia around. Still,
Noct, the line is wearing thin.
it is wearing a little thin. And we immediately get interest, which is cool.
Ah, the line's gonna snap.
Don't be silly.
Last one.
It's just a Glimmering Bluegill. So a new fish. Okay, so we'll just get another spider silk, and we'll go. Well, this seemed to work before. Okay, so let's go something different. Looks like it's a catfish of some sort.
Yes.
Goodness.
Okay. There we go, our overpowered rod and reel are no match for these.
Yeah, scored big this time.
Okay, a golden catfish. Lovely.
Massive.
Can we land one more just because it's there? Come on, you know you're interested, you know you want to take a bite. Do you actually have... Yeah, I bet now you're interested.
We go.
What the hell was that?
So the big question is, did we get the larger one first or second? Lovely jubbly.
You've improved.
Hey, that's a pretty impressive fish. Not as big as our last one, it must be said, but pretty impressive nonetheless. Okay, so in that case, what we can now do is chocobos around. They are, cannot see them.
Cut it out, man.
I do like the fact that they often will give you a spare line just in case you reach the fishing area with no lines. Okay, so we can see some Sahagins or Sea Devils or both. Okay. And then it'll just be a case of sort of exploring around. We'll go a bit further up here. Just see what we've got. Well, what do we have planned? Indeed, a large chunk of this will be, obviously,
it is about that time.
We will do a fair number of
Rock and roll.
fishing bits, just because we can, and we're obviously in an area which very much encourages it. And obviously the higher, again, it's important because we want to be continually raising Noctis's fishing skill.
Your left.
Thanks.
You ready? Oh, hi there, opening.
Lovely. Nice and quick.
And on we go.
Right.
So again, another shattered timepiece. Again, more items for fusing powerful spells.
Let's go.
Is that new? Just wondering why there was a little path down to this area. Now, I believe at the end of Navith's questline, or at least partway through Navith's questline, there is a section that is here. Although it does not seem to be at the moment. So whether that means we can't do it in Chapter 6 or we need to wait for a bit longer.
Coming loose.
It's no big deal.
Yes, it is. We can't have an unkempt prince. I shall mend it at camp.
Don't worry. I'm gonna reel in a monster.
He's got it bad.
Okay, so
Welcome.
we have a whole host of lures that we've never
Here you go.
got before. And we also have, for the first time, the chance to buy a new rod and a new reel, which is pretty cool. We'll have to check how they compare when we rock up. But also, we have a radio, which is nice.
You dream of trust. We are. You dream. Cock. We are. Cock. You dream. We are. It's your vacation. We are. You dream of. It's
And
your
it turns out, I was shouting the praises of the of it too soon because there was absolutely nothing there. Okay, we got a Jumbo Tusk Gariella. I'm assuming that's not one of the ones he was selling, otherwise that would be a bit silly. And a Super Baleen. So... let's check it out here. So we've got the east bank of the Vesper Pool. And if we just check our... so, we've got the Hull Blaster, we've got the Butterfly Edge, we've now got the Death Spin, but still the best one is our Dragon Drain that we get from the... I think we got that from DLC? Or did we get that from doing the Chocobo Movable Carnival? Either way. Going over here... as you can see, the Nereid is very close, but not quite as good as our Avior, so we'll keep with what we have. And do some more, trying to catch some more fish. This does look like another golden catfish.
Yes!
Goodness.
Oh wait, Ignis is just like, goodness. Okay, so we'll just whittle down this fish's stamina. And there we go, another golden catfish for our
This is a new
collection.
Whoa, check it out.
Or is it? No, it is. It's a big boy.
Massive!
Okay, so that one over there may well also be another golden catfish. Let's see if we can't look over here. So we said that there were...
Come on, come to Papa.
just a little Glimmering Bluegill, I would imagine.
Last one. You said that last time.
Yep. Okay, so...
Turn the rod toward the fish.
That's just another bluegill, I think.
Last one.
Oh no. Oh no, it is. It's just a very big glimmering bluegill. Okay, excellent.
The line's still okay, you think?
What's our food fish here? Somewhat sinister with those eyes.
Turn the rod toward the fish.
Blimey, that is an aggressive fish in terms of how much tension it wipes out.
Nice.
And we get ourselves a crack barramundi. Okay. So I think we've certainly explored what there is there, at least fish-wise, for the nighttime.
Easy now.
Okay, so what else is there for us here? We just want to check around. So the main quest is going to be up this way. This sort of, you can see the sort of area where it is left blank. So we definitely have to go there. But otherwise, I think we'll be pretty much good at this point. Now, I think, like I said, so yeah, we have these two Vesper pool points, but I'm pretty sure there's another one. So we can cross over the somewhat craggy landscape as we make our way. This is obviously heading towards where we're going to need to be.
Thanks for the ride.
We'll meet again.
An earth gemstone. That's not the one I want. I want a sky gemstone, I think. Okay, so we got some demon company. And we have the car that we definitely don't want to see. Surprised they don't
This
have
area's swarming with bugs.
Yeah.
anything to say. Surprising. Okay, so we've already explored a little bit north of here. We could just see if there's anything of interest. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is return back to the car. So this might be a slightly shorter episode than usual, just because the area that we are sort of restricted to in terms of the area in which this stuff occurs is just a lot smaller compared to a lot of other areas. There are Tonberries here. That's cool. Everyone loves it. You've got to love a Tonberry. They're adorable. They're also tankier than the frickin' Iron Giant, it seems.
Oh, hi there, opening.
I wonder what they're weak to. Weak to light as most demons are. Daggers, guns. Okay, no wonder then.
It's nothing.
None the worse for wear.
Obviously Prompto would have done a lot of damage. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do is go immediately to the shop. And we want to buy this. The portable MP3 player. Should have bought it a long time ago, but we haven't. There's now all of the, looks like all of the ones that we can buy there. And yeah, excellent. So what this now allows us to do is if I remember how, we should be able to play music through our stuff. Sorry, through that player, we should be able to do it. So let's have a look. Fire it up by holding L2 in the overworld. Lovely. So if we just quickly sort our stuff there. So we have Iron Shelf recipes 1 to 4, which is excellent. We have Sylvester's map pieces. Missing D, F, maybe, and probably some more. Again, if we just... I don't sort these nearly as often as I probably should do. Okay, so for now, I think we're kind of just stalling, if I'm honest, because there is a photo op here.
It's rather dark out. You sure you can handle this?
I can see fine. Take a load off for a while.
There is a photo opportunity at the lakefront if you drive by, obviously in suitable weather. So it may well not pop for us here. But what we can do is enjoy the beautiful sort of sunrise view over the lake. So you see the treasure spot there. From where?
Ready? Let's hit it.
Woo!
Smash up the Regalia a bit. Okay, so I think that is, that's our good friends the Empire paying us a visit.
Right. I'll back you up, Noct.
I'm counting on it.
I did not mean to fall down, so that's a bit awkward. That was convenient. Thank you, game. Thank you for making me a teleporting super soldier.
Nothing personal.
Ooh. That hurt. I always forget that these guys die quick enough that you often forget that they are still level
I'm starving to
40 odd and still can very much easily kill you.
Time to go.
So, beautiful scenes here at the Vesper Pool. I'm hoping 7 o'clock still counts as night, apparently.
No way through.
We get another opportunity to take on some Imperial troopers and an easy Imperial mech. That did absolutely nothing. Lovely.
And on we go.
Indeed.
Okay, so let's just quickly throw on the actual quest that we need, party of 3.
Right.
And we want to go back to manual.
Ready? Let's hit it.
Woo!
I've never actually tried to go back out, so I do wonder what will happen if we go all the way down this way. Will it just be blocked? Yep, this is the answer. Okay. Well, that's no worries there. Okay, so we've got to the sunshine, so hopefully that means that if we go on a nice scenic drive around the lake, we'll be able to trigger a photo opportunity. One of these several small little quests that you get, a nice chunk of XP for, just for driving around in various scenic locations. So I'm pretty sure if we follow this road all the way, we should get it. There is obviously a parking spot here, and a haven, a Capitis haven.
Should be a nice change of pace.
So I figured we might as well pick up our elemental deposits, although we will be doing just that when we enter the dungeon, because as with all the dungeons, this one also will contain energy deposits. Lining energy is full. Do I actually have any spare flasks? I do not. And all of my energies are full, so never mind then. I have been trying to use more spells, but clearly not enough. Okay, so go back to manual.
Time to go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, can I get a pic of that place? Please?
Yeah, go for it.
Woohoo!
So there we go, the photo op for the lakefront triggers. And we'll finally, from now on, just concentrate on making further steps forwards with the main storyline. There's very little else for us to do around here. It's just that sort of area.
Let's go.
Hello. So... See, this feels like you're just taking a nice souvenir for Gladio.
Take a shot from here.
Good call. Now it's picture time. Let me get this shot.
There we go. Lovely.
Oh, love the lighting.
So a nice little chunk of experience. So as you see, what we can do now is, whilst on our chocobo, we can now no longer have to listen to the same, very catchy, but also very samey jingle, and we can now listen to any of the various soundtracks that you've picked up along the way. Little cockatrice chicks running around. It's interesting. They clearly don't seem to be seen as enemies.
Have you seen to your shot yet?
God, no.
Completely forgot. Oh, give it to me at camp. All right.
Mother Ignis is not going to let Noctis go out looking like that. Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Not entirely sure what the enemies were there, but there we go. Okay, so I was just having a look around because I thought there might be a rescue, like one of the various hunters who need helping around here, but I haven't heard anyone shouting out yet. We'll just do one last circle round.
Yeah, I think this group's only got room for one musclehead.
And Gladio better step aside, because these guns shoot to kill.
Gladio and his legions of loyal followers are not going to be too happy if you try to step on his ground, Prompto. You should know that by now. Okay, never mind. I must have been mistaken, or maybe we need to wait a little later for the for that hunter to be available to us.
Beautiful day.
Totally. I think I could handle this all by myself.
Perhaps.
Okay, so we got some Mushussu. Same sort of enemies that we met inside the Melwood.
Instructions! All we've got!
Okay, apologies for that.
Oh yeah.
Having some small issues with my microphone. Okay, so, as we said, let's do as the game is requesting of us and head over to Steyliff Grove.
The hunt is on.
What was... Oh, just a Mushussu, I think, so... Okay, we can pick up some more Vesprooms over here.
Thanks for the ride.
We'll meet again.
Okay, lovely. So...
Let's go.
Okay, so just gonna be careful around this area, I think. We should be able to find ourselves another recipe around here. In the presence of one of these mangroves. Can I jump on Arden's car? I can't. Okay, so we passed by Arden's car. Ah, there. Is that going to be it? Or... Yes, it is an Oryx Culinary Chronicle. So here we have it. Entry 6, moving out. Got back to base camp, and the first thing they tell me is that I'm being reassigned to patrolling some outpost in Disguise. Probably better I stay in one place. Can't get lost that way. And who knows, if I make good use of the land, I might go down in the books as a pioneer in my own right. My partner cooked me up some local plain grub as a send-off. Now that's a meal I won't soon forget. As we get the Paella de Pollo. And we have already read that. So, lovely. Need to remember that, given that we have Steyliff Grove here, should also be a some instructions as to how to get there as well. At least the hugging won't take long.
Best thing I need now.
Eyes peeled, mouth closed. Get back.
Nothing.
I'll say I'm amazed.
What can I say?
Lovely.
Onward.
So, nice and quick. Okay, so pick up an ether. And so we might as well trigger the start of the next little bit. So our chocobo just stands majestically off in the distance. So we can see Arden is just standing there, just awaiting us. So we might as well see what he has to say.
Gentlemen, what a pleasant surprise.
Ugh, told you he'd be waiting.
With my imperial friends, no less.
Splendid.
But fear not, I'll put in a good word. Well, come along then. Don't stray too far, lest you get left behind. And surely you'd rather avoid unnecessary scuffles, seeing as you're now a trio. Oh dear, touchy subject.
One we won't discuss with you.
Then let's discuss why you're here. It can't be archaeology. Mithril, perhaps?
This guy's reading our thoughts.
Yeah, good work, Procto, revealing.
It's a precious resource, you see. We can't just let anyone get their hands on it.
But you'll help us get ours on it, right?
I never said that.
Of course you didn't.
Where is the fun in that? I thought you'd rather dig it up yourselves. Fear not, I'll be but a moment.
A moment doing what?
Beats me.
All clear, go ahead.
Okay, so we stand outside Steyliff Grove, the dungeon, and we can actually shop at these Niflheim at the Niflheim store here. Various weapons that you can find. Obviously, assassin's daggers we already have a fair few of. A couple of different types of shield. I wouldn't worry about like running out of any of these weapons. You can generally always find a place to buy them at some point. And then over here you've got some healing items as well. So standard sort of shop.
Alas, the ever-wary military. They'll not abide visitors left unattended. I must prevail upon you to accept an escort. I've seen to everything.
An escort?
Oh, did I ever tell you I'm the Chancellor?
We knew that.
But did you know the army and I are unaffiliated?
What?
It's true. I have no authority whatsoever. But what I lack in authority, I make up for in friends.
You want to say that in a creepier way, Arden? Friends. Okay, so
So, you're the new recruits they sent over for special training. Nice cover, runaway prince. At ease, recruits. There's nothing in it for this ex-mercenary to turn you in. Let's get this show on the road.
Show?
Forgot about your training? Well, I'm being paid to escort you. Just watch yourselves in there.
okay.
I trust you'll be civil. Commodore Aranea Highwind, I leave them to you.
Search until sundown. Won't do you any good. If you're looking to get inside, you're gonna have to wait. Hold down the fort.
We will.
Hold down the fort.
We will.
Hold down the fort.
You got it, Lady A.
Okay, so we've got some classic Final Fantasy characters on either side of her, as in Biggs and Wedge. And sure enough, we have Aranea now joining our party. So, if we check, as we see, she has her own technique called Highwind. She has a very powerful spear weapon and a whole bunch of interesting accessories and her attire. She's level 48, which means that she is massively powerful. 164, but weaker than Noctis though, which is interesting. So here we have it, the Stoss Spear, a Magitech enhanced spear. Attack 241. And we can't find out anything about those ones, which is a bit mean. Sorry, I didn't mean to do this. My mistake. Okay, so let's make our way in.
What was this? Any idea, Ignis?
None.
Gee, I wonder what happened to the locals.
Why not head inside and look for them?
Or do we actually want to... I'm just going to do some... If we can, we might as well...
Illuminate!
You're such a nerd.
You really want to do that in front of Aranea? Okay, so the weapons that we won't buy are ones that we can find elsewhere. But if there's a weapon here that we can only get through shopping, then it would be can be well worth us buying. So, for example, this ice spear is a decent purchase for us. Obviously, the assassin's daggers we know that we can get. I'm pretty sure you can find a rebellion somewhere, or maybe not. So we'll buy a rebellion. The shields generally are not particularly available, at least from what I've found. So you've got a thunder shield and a flame shield here. So we might as well get one of each of these. And we won't worry about accessories, certainly at this point. Now, in terms of gear, Ignis actually will benefit quite a lot from the ice spear in this particular dungeon, whilst we can definitely give Prompto the Rebellion in order to give him a nice big boost to his attack. As for Noctis, just wondering if we wanted to swap anything out. I haven't really checked out what these new Royal Arms do. This one increases a lot of magic, decreases MP. So the sword would increase magic and increase that. Interesting that it increases magic and spirit. I think that is. The axe, which decreases your defense quite a lot, but gives you a huge boost to health. Our defense is pretty high at the moment, but that's obviously because we are using the shield. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how we've set up at the moment. So let's head in. Steyliff Grove. Now this is one of
Guys,
my...
look.
Some kind of light.
The entrance.
What else could it be?
Bingo.
This is one of my favourite dungeons in the game. It is stunning. So here we have it. Steyliff Grove. Stone mausoleum built by the ancient people of Solheim, who saw fire as a sacred symbol of life. The people paid homage to their patron saint Ifrit at the Rock of Ravito. And recent academic studies suggest the people's devout faith was a driving force behind the advancement of their civilization. If one were to hypothesize that water in turn symbolized death among the people of Solheim, then it stands to reason that they established their space for venerating the souls of the lost beside an enormous lake, the Vesper Pool. Those brave enough to enter the tomb have reported a wide variety of traps, presumably laid to deter grave robbers. More interesting, however, is the design of the mausoleum interior itself. The emphasis on water and fluidity seem to support aforementioned theories about the Solheim civilization's conception of life and death. Interesting. A nice little bit of further
It's open. As good as an invite.
sort of
Then let's take it.
Let's do
flavor
it.
text.
Aren't we eager?
Those guys your friends or something?
You appeared to be on good terms.
Who? Biggs and Wedge? They're more subordinates than they are friends, but I trust them all the same.
Man, how far does this go?
Yet a ways still.
Just some stairs.
Finally. I thought it'd never end. The people here, they must have been fit. Uh-huh. Who left the lights on? Maybe the owners are still home.
No.
I doubt we can expect a warm welcome.
Indeed. Stay sharp.
You think it's an ambush?
Perhaps.
Yeah. Anybody know if there's a bathroom around here?
Oh, Prompto, come
Nothing
on.
of note here.
Just a load of nothing.
Are you really going to show yourself up in front of Aranea, of all people? You definitely wouldn't be saying that in front of Cindy, let's put it that way. Okay, so
Say your prayers.
the main enemies down here, or at least the minor enemies, in much the same way as we've had minor enemies be imps in previous dungeons. In this dungeon, they are skeletons, which are weak to greatswords, which means I might. I generally don't use greatswords as Noctis, but we
Maybe
could
this
do
way?
that. An item. Our item. I wanted to pick that up.
Well, this place has seen better days.
So basically you could without warning.
Yeah, let's gear Noctis. Okay, so we obviously want to go that way, but we can't.
Thanks, but I've always wanted to do it yourself, Now, let's see what you can do. Nice moves there, Majesty.
You ready?
So there you see a nice quirk of the game, in that because Gladio, Ignis, and Prompto each have their own designated technique button. That being, if I hold L1, you can see Ignis is up,
You're badass, Aranea.
Aw, thanks.
Prompto is left, and Gladio would normally be right. And so because Aranea is a new character in our party, she is down. Same thing as Iris was when Iris joined us in our party as well. I mentioned that just because there's some really cool details done with that later on.
Look up. Wait, what? Does this mean we're underwater? Whoa. There's even fish.
The hell is this place?
Can we truly be submerged?
It does seem harder to breathe.
Like seeing a dream.
Gladio is seriously missing out.
Probably not his thing.
No, you can never tell.
Indeed. Now this is absolutely, what a stunning idea for a dungeon, to have a mausoleum beneath the waves.
Above us.
Just really, really cool. Really cool. I do love.
Say your prayers.
That was embarrassing. I know.
Okay, so the crème brûlées absorb fire. Good to know. Okay, those enemies kind of just seemed to sort of faint away. I didn't feel like I was doing much there. Anyway, we got the magic flask, as you saw.
Huh. Something bothers me about this spot.
What is it?
Have we been this way?
Something overlooked?
Not 100% sure. Can I just...
It'll hold you.
Famous last words.
Demons, till death do us part.
Practicing your vows.
The army swore their oaths a long time ago.
Okay.
What does the Empire seek here?
Specimens. And we're stuck harvesting them.
Specimens?
Demons.
So what's all this about the army and demons?
What do you think it is?
Nice. I love gassing games.
Okay, just gonna check. Okay, they are weak to ice, so I might well swap to Ignis at some point.
Oh, and I was just getting warmed up.
No muss, no fuss.
Since when has that ever been a phrase?
Turns out the Empire makes weapons out of them.
Weapons?
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen your share by now. Something not quite right with the Empire lately.
It's not just lately.
True. Maybe it's time I left.
Really? What would you do if you left the army?
Whatever I want. I was a mercenary once. Maybe I'll round up my men and hunt demons for cash?
Well, that's, a heck of a plan.
Last thing I... Now.
Eyes peeled, mouth closed.
Okay. Come on, Iggy, I need you in the fight so I can swap to you. There we go.
Get back! Hey. It's all you! What's the idea?
Lovely. That's why we're going to be Ignis a lot.
Tiring endeavor.
Time for some well-earned R&R.
What about the Empire strikes you as not quite right?
The Emperor and new High Commander, for starters. Then there's that charmer of a Chancellor. I really can't stand that guy.
Okay, so we need to make our way over to those stairs.
Is it safe?
Not everything's gonna...
What? Did something collapse?
So, what we'll find throughout this dungeon is that various parts of the floor, we've obviously already seen that parts of the ceiling can collapse down and block you from various pickups, various items. You can see on the map that they're starting to label little areas with the little ticks to indicate almost like paths that you've gone through.
What?
Treasure. The nose, dude.
Now that you mention it.
Let's not forget our purpose here.
Now what's going to happen is that once we get... We'll have to fight a certain enemy. And once we get the opportunity to do that...
You got this?
We will... these sort of processes of these items falling from the sky will sort of reverse, and we'll be able to finally go back and sort of collect those items. Even that one right from the very start, which it might be easier for us to collect at a much later point. The other thing I might want to do as Noctis, rather than using that, do I have any cheap Blizzara spells? Need to be careful, just in... Actually, we just picked up a magic flask. So let us make a beast of a lightning of a blizzard spell. So we were using laser sensors, I think. And yeah, using 4 laser sensors seems like a very good option here. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm perfectly happy equipping and using my stop casts as well. So just see if this path collapses. Yeah, it does.
Opening. Nice one, Pronto. Say your prayers.
I would be using RNA. I would be using RNA more, but her high wind requires 3 things of the tech bar. Actually, thinking about it, we could definitely use that one. And that one. See no reason why not to go for those 2. Should be very useful given how often... well, certainly we want to be using techniques a lot. Obviously, it's fun to swap to the other characters, especially for certain enemies, which are particularly frustrating. But at the same time, it's also... Noctis is definitely the character who has the most complete moveset. Okay, so another set of trap floors being identified here. And we can open this door, I believe. For an surely an enemy. I was about to say, there's no way that we're just...
Nothing to it.
So we get ourselves a mithril shaft. Get enough of those, and do we not even need to complete it? Because we'll have enough mithril. Probably not. Okay, and then obviously we find the way back up.
How's everyone?
Good. How about you?
Just chipper.
So for whatever reason, even though apparently this is a trap floor, it did not trigger. It did just then, though. Okay.
Saw that coming. Here comes the big one.
Right up.
And it's got friends. One shot.
Propto is so vulnerable.
All of you.
Love.
Yeah. I'm beat.
Time for some well-earned R&R.
Okay, so we, after completing that battle, as you can see by fighting off the Iron Giant there, you can see that the
Never
floors...
Too many stairs. I got a bad feeling about this. Stairs, they go on. Forever they go on. On and on and on.
He's gone.
We've lost him. Okay, apologies for that. I'm not quite sure, but my capture card stopped recording. But you did not miss much whatsoever. The only thing that we got there was an elixir by walking over the trap floor that mends itself over there. You can see that it's just unmended itself there. I'm hoping that we'll now be able to... We might need to hit the trigger again. Oh, there you go. You can see it's now been rebuilt. So the various trap floors, not entirely sure how they work in a lot of ways, but there we go. We get ourselves the rare coin that's located there. Okay, so we could go all the way back to the start and grab that item that was squashed by the falling debris, but for now, I think we'll just focus on trying to make progress. We've sort of covered the iron giant is like the halfway is all.
You're up.
Oh, hi there, opening.
I'm impressed.
It's nothing. Say your prayers.
Hey, watch it!
My bad. I'll back you up, Noct. I'm counting on it.
And eventually, we will be able to
Let's
show
go.
highway
Indeed.
by RNA.
A way across.
Let me guess. We cross.
Good idea.
Let's go.
Right.
Well,
So a couple of reapers.
maybe we shouldn't.
See ya! Ignis!
If I may.
Gotcha! Yeah!
Whoa! Look at this guy.
Actually does a full
How's everyone?
10,000.
How about you?
Just chipper.
Demolishes that enemy there. So it'd definitely be worth waiting for that time to show off RNA as Highwind. But certainly, depending on your level, obviously if you're under leveled, then she can be very useful throughout this dungeon. But if you're moderately over leveled, such as I am, you'll find that you can get through quite a lot of these battles without needing to worry too much. So, what
It's a
we're now
crossroads.
into is these sort
Whichever
of
way leads to the treasure.
If only we knew that.
plenty
Well,
of
guess we bumble on.
Keep the bumbling to a minimum.
sort of little split routes here. So little small areas which might give you an item or something like that. You can see that there are warp tiles around as well. Talisman.
Show.
Yeah!
Oh, here we are.
It's all you!
Roger.
As you can see, Ignis
That was a rather tiring endeavor.
exceptionally useful against these smaller mobs of enemies weak to ice. He's generally very good against small mobs weak to any major element. Seeing as how quickly he can, seeing as how well his spell back is, especially with multiple targets.
Got this?
she's not the only one who can do a big dragoon sort of leap and slam down with a spear. Okay, I do apologise if there have been issues with the microphone. Hopefully we've sorted those out now. So we'll pick up one of the last few warp tiles. As far as I know, I think the warp tiles are more interesting later on. I don't think there's anything that we have at the moment. So once more, Ignis is our player of choice. Mainly for dealing with these creme brulees. But as you can see, he also rips through the Lich as well.
Damn, you're badass, Aranea.
Aw, thanks.
She says it like he's a puppy. She probably sees him as it. Okay, so I think that is all of these little side rooms explored, which now means that we can make our way down here, and I think we'll be pretty close to the final boss of this area. Yes, indeed. So naturally we have some energy deposits to select from. I think due to all of the creme brulees we've been fighting, we may well already be maxing out our fire. Indeed we are. And we can use element C, seeing as we freed up one of our slots. So if we look at that, free cast off occasionally without a spell, that's useful. But also it looks like the free magic level is very low, and also the potency is not particularly high. But anyway. We'll use a quad cast here, and we'll store that. As for Noctis, so I believe this enemy is weak to ice. In a lot of ways you can tell that, given that obviously the area before here, with Biggs and Wedge, you could buy multiple ice weapons. A lot of the enemies around the area have been weak to ice, and so for now we'll equip Blizzarga and see what happens. A very powerful Blizzarga, it should be said.
Spacious. There's so gonna be a big nasty here.
So, we have our Quetzalcoatl. In the interest of actually maintaining this fight as one that's going to last a bit longer, we're not just going to pump him full of spells straight away. We might even try and get Aranea in on the act as well before truly ripping into them. So being a flying enemy, it's one of the more annoying type of enemies to fight. As you can see, it is electric elemental, essentially.
You rang? No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Let's do this.
Count on it.
See if she can pin the flying enemy.
Right.
Okay, so that did a huge chunk of damage. We get the break there, and we might as well finish it off
Suffice to finish them off.
All right.
with a nice big magic spell. Okay, lovely. So that is the Quetzalcoatl boss battle here in chapter 7.
We're alive. Let's celebrate by eating something dead.
Not too shabby.
And we can finish off here by picking up our mithril.
That concludes our business here.
Say, Commodore,
Aranea,
you said the Empire uses demons to make weapons?
listen. You've seen Magitech troopers, right?
MTs.
They're born from demons in a lab.
Born from demons.
Darkness is coming. If I were you, I'd watch my princely ass. Kingly ass.
Will do.
I don't know where Aranea went there, but there we go. We will return to the entrance, because we can. Again, I don't think we're missing too much by, like, the one item that we missed there. I don't think we're missing a lot in doing so. They're largely usually just, like, curatives, like, pretty valuable ones in, like, elixirs and mega elixirs and things like that, but was probably not worth running all the way back up the multiple flights of stairs just to check to see if
Fresh air.
if the boulders
Congrats.
had not
That
fallen.
concludes your training. You've still got a hard path ahead. But don't let anyone tell you how to walk it.
You may have been hired under false pretenses, but your assistance was invaluable all the same.
Tell me something I don't know. You can spare the pleasantries.
Take care walking your path, Aranea.
Oh, right. Thanks. I will. And I'll train you some more if our paths cross again. Oh, and before I forget, His Excellency instructed me to give you boys a ride back. If you need a lift, feel free to hop on.
Well, glad that's over with.
Noct, I have just received word from Cindy.
And?
We're to return to Lestalum. Her friend works as an engineer at the power plant. She'll take care of the mithril.
Uh-huh. And that'll take care of our boat problem.
Once you're rested and ready, I suggest we hasten back to Lestalum. Make sure you're prepared.
So as they say,
Shame to say goodbye to such a nice fishing spot. Want to see what's biting before we bolt?
we very much could prompt her. It's so nice of him to be so considerate of Noctis's addiction to fishing. Is that an extra fishing spot? That's just one of the walls. Okay, so what we'll do is, I think there isn't really too much more for us to do here unless we wanted to do more fishing, and I think we have done more than enough for this particular episode. So what I think we'll do is make our way... I cannot dismount for whatever reason.
Thanks for the ride.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Easy
I think
now.
what we'll do is we'll head over to the Haven, and we will stay the night there, and we can call that the end of this episode. Again, I appreciate it's a bit shorter, probably only 90 minutes as opposed to closer to 2 hours, but this is a much shorter area. We could have done the Merlewood if we had wanted to try and extend it, but again, I'd like to do that that fight as as a 3 as opposed to as a 2. So we'll just pick up some leftover sort of
Wow, the color's amazing.
items here and there.
Whoa! Never saw one of those before.
Step too close and it's the last you'll see.
I'll kill it and see how it tastes.
Where are we looking at? What item? What enemy? Oh, it's just a gigantic. Never mind. I thought you were talking about something interesting, guys.
Let's do this.
Right.
We fought gigantos plenty of times before.
Let's go.
Where is the car? Okay, car's over here. We could just quickly check that treasure spot. I'm pretty sure it's a weapon that we already have, but we lose nothing just by checking. Hello, Gigantoid. Okay, all of this travel. And what do we get as our reward? The light fog. Okay, so
Easy now.
with that in mind, what we will be doing. So with that in mind, what we'll do is we will finish off this episode by staying at the nearby haven. And then, yeah, I will see you on the next one. So yeah, let's just quickly make our way over there. And then we'll be able to wrap things up. Right ahead of us. Of course, it's where the smoke is.
RNA is pretty badass, huh?
And nice enough to lend us her lance.
Assuming she's not our enemy, she'd make a great ally.
Ally. I like the sound of that.
Of course you
Thanks,
do.
buddy.
Okay, so we are here at Cutlet's
We're here.
Haven. And we should be able to camp here.
Camping sucks when it rains.
Okay, so now there's something I do feel like happens here, which is we want to get the Cooper Berry cheesecake in this particular case because it will because it will decrease damage to our fishing line by 25%, which is a decent chunk. And the reason that we're going to do that just now is because there is a tour after staying at this particular haven that we are going to start the next episode with. Seeing as we're going to get our saving here. Okay, so we got Ignis in the Prompto with a couple of creepy looking. What's that? That's a much nicer looking photo of the guys. That's a pretty cool one. Nice one of Aranea. None of the big Quetzalcoatl, which is a little bit of a shame there. Okay, so as I say, we should be getting a tour at this point, and then obviously we're right at the end of chapter 7. So in the next episode, I guess we can't do tours if we don't have everyone. That makes sense.
Skies with the temperature rising.
That does actually make sense. So, never mind. So, we just saved. So, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of my playthrough of Final Fantasy 15 that we have here. And in the next episode, we're going to tie everything up. We're going to finish off Chapter 7 and move on to Chapter 8. So, I will see you on the next one.